Hi everyone, welcome to Module 2, where we will be focusing on illustration and illustrators in week 1 of Module 2 and then picture books in week 2. So the first thing that you should always do when entering into a new module is click on your Overview tab. And this overview is for week 1 of Module 2, which focuses on illustrations and illustrators. That will be your primary topic. The text that you are to read from the module reading is illustration and illustrators. And then, of course, we should be used to this at this point, that your reading organizer for Module 2, Week 1, will be due on Tuesday. So as we know, the reading organizer is going to be following the same format that you did in Module 1, but just to refresh, after you have clicked here, which is your Module 2 Week 1 readings, illustration and illustrators, you'll then be ready to complete your reading organizer. And the reading organizer follows the same format. It's all the same questions, just asking you to expand upon your knowledge and dig deeper into what you have read. Once you have completed your reading organizer, of course, submit it to Canvas, and you are done with that portion. So that wasn't linked in my overview tab, so I wanted to make sure I touched on it. But the assignments, aside from your reading organizer due on Tuesday, you're going to have your reading commentary number 2. And this means that you need to hit the library. So last week in Module 1, when you did your favorite books, you may have had those books on hand, which is great. But this week you will need to hit the library because you are going to be checking out Caldecott winning books. All the Caldecott winners are listed here in this link. So I do recommend clicking on this Caldecott winner link here. It will take you to all the titles. The most recent one, Hello Lighthouse, our 2019 winner, and it goes all the way down to all of the winners since 1938, which is super, super cool. So you will be able to find these books in any public library in the children's section. If you attend the MCC Dobson Campus Library, I will tell you that they have a whole section of Caldecott winners, and the librarian is very, very knowledgeable and helpful. They know about Children's Lit, EDU291, and they can help you if you do need help. I know all librarians are knowledgeable about Caldecott winners, therefore you're in good hands whatever library you choose. But of course, I had to put a plug in for our MCC library. So once you've chosen your 2 favorite Caldecott winners, you will then click on the Picture Book Analysis Guide. And that looks like this. And we're gonna just open our file here. And this will give you a guide for interpreting picture books because Caldecott winners are award-winning for their pictures. Therefore, we're going to be interpreting them using this particular guide. So take a look at the overall picture book design, the paratextual elements of design, narrative elements, individual images of picture books, critical analysis of picture books. So become familiar with all of these various elements as you prepare to analyze your Caldecott winners. And then you will make your post. Your post, of course, is about 2 books, and so you'll do this twice, 1 for each book. Of course, you're going to write your title and the author, and then you're going to use the Picture Book Analysis Guide to help you explain about the overall picture book design, paratextual elements, elements of design, narrative elements, and so forth. So once you've completed that, then you will give your personal critique of the book, why you like the book, why you chose the book, what you think about the book. And then, of course, you're going to attach a photograph of the book you read. Of course, we know that this means it needs to be a photograph of the actual book that you checked out from the library. You could do a selfie of you and your book. I always love selfies. Or you could just do a picture of your book sitting sitting in your desk or on your bed or in your car or wherever, but it does need to be a picture of your book in hand. I will not accept a photograph of the book from an online image. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, if you do use an e-reader, for example, a Kindle, I will accept that if you take a photograph of the Kindle itself with the book downloaded onto it. But I have to say, guys, if you can get to the library and have the book in hand, the experience is much different than having an e-book. So I strongly encourage you to make the trip to the library when you can. The e-readers are fine, but it is a different experience. So then you're going to complete that. You'll attach an image of each book, or it can be one image with both books in hand. That's fine. And then do remember that you need to respond to 2 peers by Sunday. So your response initial post is always due Thursday of the module. And then your response to your peers, you must make 2. That's due by Sunday night. You need to do a little reminder, maybe put it in your phone to, Sunday night, don't forget, or on your calendar, because it is worth a couple points, and you certainly do not want to miss out on those points. As you can see, you have the reading commentary is worth a total of 10 points. 6 points is for your initial post. You address everything thoroughly. It's well written. Each topic is addressed. You attach a picture of each book, or one picture with both books in it is fine. And then you respond to 2 posts. So 1 point per post. If you don't respond, then you automatically get an 8 out of 10 if you were to meet all the other criteria. So don't forget to respond, guys. Okay, that is due on Thursday, week 1 of Module 2. And then this week we also have a virtual poster on a Children's Literature Award. So this assignment is intended to give you practice creating a virtual poster and to get you familiar with different types of awards in children's literature. So this week our focus is on Caldecott winners, but you will also discover that there are many different awards that go out to children's authors. And it's very interesting to see all the different lists of awards. So your job is to click on this link here and choose what award you want to make a poster about. And they are all listed here. So I definitely recommend going through, reading the ones that are most that really stand out to you. You might choose the Caldecott winner because that was our focus this week. That's absolutely fine. Whatever award you choose is going to be the one that is most interesting, stands out most to you. I always learn something new from these posters. They're always very fun for me to read. So have fun, learn something new, be inspired, and I'm sure it is going to be inspiring to me as well. So once you have decided on the award that you have chosen, then you need to create an online poster. This is not a poster that you're going to be creating with markers and poster board at home. This will be an online tool. You can use any of the online poster ideas. We have Bite Slide, New Hive, Pictochart. Pictochart is often one that's used. It's certainly not required. My only bit of advice is do make sure that it is shared with me or made public, or if you don't want to make it public to whoever has the link can open it. Just make sure that it is viewable because when I do go into grade, if I can't view it, I will automatically just give you a 1 and then ask you to allow me to view it. Once I'm able to read it, then I certainly will go back and change your grade. But that's always very frustrating for students to receive a 1 and then, we don't want that. So just make sure that it's shared with me no matter what you choose. And in the poster, it needs to include 10 facts with information about the award that you have found and images of at least 3 books that have received the awards. Now, this is a place that you can use online images. I don't expect you to check these books out necessarily. If you have them on hand, that's awesome. But online images is absolutely fine. There is a rubric down here. The assignment is worth a total of 20 points. 10 points for all 10 facts of the information was listed. 6 points for images of the book being there, and then 4 points for the poster or handout is visually appealing to the viewer. Now this simply means that you put some effort into it. There are graphics, there is a visually appealing font, colors, what have you. And so that is the overall rubric. And I hope that you enjoy this experience and that you have fun, because it is a fun one. Okay, everybody, that is for week 1 of Module 2. You can view the week 2 of Module 2 video on the next portion of Module 2. Just to remember and remind you to always be looking ahead. In Module 3, you will be having your first literature study assignment. And that book is Because of Winn-Dixie, which is one of our required books for the semester. This is a book that you can check out from the library, use a Kindle, e-reader, or purchase for yourself. It's an excellent book if you have children at home. Having it on hand is definitely a great idea. If you want to click and take a look at what the literature study is all about, you can click here under Literature Study Assignment. But for sake of time, I will just suggest that in your free time, break out Because of Winn-Dixie and start reading it now so that you have plenty of time and are not cramming at the approach of Module 3. If you have young kids at home, definitely this is a great one to read aloud to them as you're reading it. I have read it to both my children, and it was a fan favorite for sure. If you are also heading to the library for your Caldecott winners, remember that you can click on the library checkout list. And this will help you with your planning. You can check out a few set of books at a time so that you only have to make a few trips throughout the semester. The RC3 is going to be on New York Public Library's 100 Great Children's Books. You can click on the link and see the suggestions there. RC4 is the Dr. Seuss Awards, and so on and so forth. So use this tool to help you in your planning. It's always there for you. Okay, everybody, have a great first week of Module 2. I will see you in week 2 of Module 2 video. And if you have any questions, as always, please email me through Canvas. Bye for now.